Hi everyone, welcome. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. And if you're my previous and subscribers, welcome my baby dinosaurs. So for today's video, it was supposed to be talking about our coronavirus and honoring those who have sadly passed away from the COVID-19 pandemic. However, I postponed that event till sometime next week. However, I felt like this was more of an emergency because, as all of you guys know that have been with me since the beginning, you guys are aware that I have talked about an economic downfall with the United States. It's imminent. It's going to happen. It happens every 10 years. It's within economic prediction models. I mean, it doesn't take a psychic to know this. I just want to be out upfront and honest with you that, it doesn't take a psychic to know that the economy is going to crash every 10 years. However, what we can look at is everything that goes on within that crash as well. Marie's table is not going to be here physically in the live. However, I will be showing you her video, the same template that I used for the, her dream video. So you guys can see the closed captions as well. She does have a very soft-spoken tone, so this should be a lot easier. I want to thank you, Marie, for allowing me to use your video, and I love you, and I'm so glad to hear that both you and your husband are doing well. And so just so you guys know, I'm going to jump into this. This is being recorded on March 6th, 2021 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Disclaimer, all information I give during this recording is simply my intuition, my understanding, and downloads of information from the higher power. Please also keep in mind that this is just for entertainment purposes only and for educational purposes only as well. All right, so we're going to jump into it. A lot of you guys have been commenting on my channel. YouTube has been deleting comments. I tried talking to them about it. They say that I had no control over it. So if you guys ever have something to comment and keep deleting, copy, and pasting, and email it to me, and then I'll be able to see it that way. All right, we have a lot to get through. Marie's table is warning you. She does talk about, she puts herself down in the video a little bit. And I just want to send you love and light, Marie Table. You are doing well. Don't put yourself down. You're a very beautiful young being. Just always, never doubt yourself. I'm here to help you, okay? She does say that in the video that she doesn't feel like she understands economic and the stock market and stuff like that. By no means do I have an economic background, but I do have a little bit more understanding, and this is where I come in. I'm going to come in and help her in when she's talking. So she may be talking about like businesses, and I'll just jump in, stop the video for a second, explain, and then continue with the video. Then after that, of course, we'll be doing tarot. So definitely have a set of questions. I won't have questions today. It'll just be free fall. My guys are going to come in and tell us what we need to read on. But yes, let's start the video, okay? Give me 1 second.
Hi, friends. Welcome back to our tape. Today, I thought I would read on the economy, and I'll explain why. But first, I want to share some wonderful news with y'all. My husband has gone back to work.
Oh my God. Okay, guys, excuse me. I just realized you guys cannot see the screen. So give me 1 second. All right, so let's do this. Hopefully you guys can see this now.
Which is great because it means he's doing so much better, and he is. And I want to thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. In 2007, I started to get a feeling that the stock market was going to crash. Now, up front, right here, right now, I know nothing about the market. I know nothing about anything to do with the market. I know nothing. But in 2007, that feeling got so strong, I literally started watching the stock market channel. Now, I didn't learn very much by doing that, except when the numbers are green, the market's up. And when the numbers are red, the market's down. That's what I learned. But I started watching it because I had this really strong feeling that the market was going to crash. So, of course, in 2008, it did. I got that feeling again. strong, very strong, like the market's going to crash. So I don't want to read on the market because, like I said, I know nothing about the market. I really don't. Trust me when I tell you that. I really don't. So I'm going to read on the economy because they keep saying we're in the best economy ever. I don't know where they're getting that at. It just doesn't feel that way to me. I don't know about y'all, but it just doesn't feel that way to me. But anyway, I'm going to read on the economy because even if the market crashes and there's something wrong with the market, it usually comes from the economy in it. So I'm going to read on the economy. And this is all just my opinion from my feelings, the energy that I get. I'm going to use my playing cards because I get more energy from my playing cards than I do from other cards. So that's what I'm going to do. So, what can you tell me about the U.S. economy? What can you tell me about the U.S. economy? What can you tell me about the U.S. economy?
Sorry about the audio. It was louder on the TV, but that might just be because my hearing aid might be higher. Sorry. The good part is at least the closed captions are there, so I'm going to turn off the Yeti mic and see if we can hear it just through the computer. Can you guys hear this? Is it better with no echo?
My friends, this is bad. This is bad. It's just bad. I want to say something good first. If we are going to print money, can we also take money and start repairing the infrastructure and doing something that gives us something back? I understand, well, printing money and giving it to companies and rich people makes absolutely no sense. I understand printing money because people need it because of COVID and disasters and things. I get that. I'm not talking about that. But my feeling is the only good thing that can come out of printing money if it's put to infrastructure and then it helps things, because this is bad. This is bad. Okay, so the government did something that they knew was not a good thing. They knew it before they did it, but they did it anyway. Somehow the bad thing that they did is now being compounded by another bad thing that they did. I know that printing money is one of them. I think the second one may be keeping the interest rates too low for too long. I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm just telling you. But it's like the energy I'm getting from the cards is this is a disaster. It's a disaster. But then it's like one disaster brings on another disaster, and disasters just keep happening. Oh God, y'all are gonna hate me for this. Lord, help me. It feels like we're not gonna have money for the disasters that we need. And when I say disasters, it's like, it's all of the disasters. It's tornadoes, which just really seem to be causing things to swirl for me, which is really difficult for me. It's water. It's, I don't know, water, hurricanes, all
right, so I'm gonna jump in. I'm hoping that the audio works. So let's just see if you guys can hear me. I'm just jumping in temporarily just to tell you guys when she talked about like the national disasters, I think she's referring to what I was talking about in terms of the worldwide natural disasters. I just read some of you guys comment. If you have not, I definitely commented a lot of you guys back today. I talked about Kentucky, and someone commented that Kentucky was flooding. And, you know, I talked about New Zealand or Australia having a tsunami or some sort of big earthquake. Someone also commented that that is undergoing, which is probably why I felt the sudden urge to do this as soon as possible, which is probably why I never done this before where I did an emergency live. So thank you guys for coming. She talked about inflation, and I'm reading some of your comments from the live, and a lot of you guys are saying, well, why can't the government print money and we won't have to be in debt? Well, the problem with this is that we're going to use Venezuela. Venezuela did the same exact thing. The inflation rate, every time you print that money, the inflation rate and the value of the money or the currency decreases. Which is exactly why the U.S. dollar, as it stands today, like $20 bill, when I talked about it, you know, the $20 bill is decreasing. So over a long period of time after stuff, if you went in the 90s, how much food were you able to put in a cart, like in a shopping cart, compared to how much you are able to do today? The simple explanation for this is that there is a decrease in value of the currency of the U.S. dollar today. If they increase and start printing more money, the U.S. dollar would be at the same exact point, which is why I called it the greatest depression or the greatest economic collapse, because we are at that moment. Because if you look at history, I mean, history is no surprise, right? We had a pandemic in the 1918, and it was followed by a Great Depression. Well, guess where we are? We have a pandemic, and we're about to fall into a Great Depression. It did not take a science to know, a psychic to know that. It takes a historian to know that. And so I'm not saying, oh, you know, I predicted this. I won't take anything and say I predicted it. It's in the history book. Humans don't change. So this is something that's expected to happen. So, you know, don't tell people that I predicted it. Yes, I may be talking about it. Doesn't mean I predicted it. I'm just telling you what history had happened in the past. And when she's going to start talking about businesses failing and businesses taking out loans, that's what we call zombie companies. Zombie companies are basically companies that are actually dead. And it took place in the 1980s under Japan. This was a method by the Japanese to inflate companies that hadn't really been doing well. And so in return, the companies would start taking money and stock from the government interest and loan, but they can't pay them back because no one's working. Therefore, the company's not making profit. And therefore, they call them dummy companies because the companies are just there to make it appear as if the economy is doing really well. And this worked in the 1980s for Japan because they were able to quadruple their economy, which is why they're one of the top economies in the world. However, it's starting to crash. The United States adopted this method in 2008 during the Great Recession. And because of this, we have about $2.6 trillion in debt owed specifically to the zombie companies, which means that we could have been $2.6 trillion less in debt had we decided to not fund companies that can no longer make profit or even pay governmental taxes. So that's what she's talking about, but she's not aware of it. Not saying that she's not knowledgeable, but this is why I come in to be able to help fill in the gap so we can help move understand the reading more in depth. So I will be doing tarot reading at the end of her specific video, so do not worry, okay, guys? Let me put it right back on.
It's like all kinds of disasters. They just keep happening. Like we can't get a break. And when people need help and need money, it's like it's not there. That is not a big surprise because even from last year, there are still people that have not recovered because they just didn't get enough money or help. If there is one thing that would save us, maybe infrastructure. Oh, Lord. I can't even explain to y'all the energy and the weight and the heaviness from these cards. But now I'm understanding why I was feeling it without the cards. I was starting to feel like what something's gonna happen. And I really felt like it was the market. But this is more than the market, y'all. This is just disasters. They just keep happening. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna hope that I'm wrong and that these cards are wrong and that I'm wrong, because I'm having trouble imagining all of this happens. One of the strong feelings that I'm getting is that it's too much money and it's just worthless. I don't know. And I don't know if the companies aren't worth the money that is going to them, or if they just become worthless and not worth the money that they were. I don't know how to explain this to y'all. There's just nothing good. There's nothing good here. And even the infrastructure thing, that may be too late also. It's like you never get anything for free, and everybody should know that. It's going to cost you down the road. But then how do you help people, you know? because people need help. I get it. I get it. So the best economy ever. Now, it's too heavy. There's too much heaviness that it can't be the best economy. And this is just bad. I can't even explain how bad this feels. But there are lessons to be learned. And if you don't learn them, you repeat them because they come by again because you didn't learn it before. And so, what does all that mean? I'm not going to answer whether or not the market is going to crash because that's pointless. And I don't know anything about the market. So, but if everything's worthless, that would tell me the market's going to be worthless, or it already is. That's what I'm getting. It's like it's worthless. I don't know what this means, but it gets worthless. But it's not just the market. It's businesses. They're not worth. And then it's the money itself. It's not. This makes no sense to me because I don't know anything. I'm just telling you what I feel. But God, I don't know. I don't know enough to even describe what I'm feeling, except that it's worthless. So where do you go if money is worthless? Businesses are worthless. I don't know if all businesses are worthless or all money. I don't know if it's money that's being thrown at the business.
Okay, so this is basically what I was talking about, like her saying that, oh, it's like it could be money being thrown after businesses and stuff like that. Well, this is specifically exactly what I was talking about, almost money being worthless. Well, a lot of you guys may have known, and I could be, hopefully I'm okay, safe doing that. I'm gonna put my little angelic crystal. You guys know when JFK was assassinated? Well, during that same time, for every time a president had anticipated or showed intent that they want to bring the United States back to what they call the gold standard, which is basically your money's worth based in gold. So even if the paper's worthless, your money still has value. Whereas if the Federal Reserve, they wanted to shut down the Federal Reserve so that your money can be run properly. Because of that, almost every president from Abraham Lincoln onward to JFK has insisted that they want to remove and replace the National Federal Reserve, also bring the United States back to the gold standard. Every single one of them has been assassinated. And so part of this is that she's saying money is worthless is partly because it's by design. The U.S. by design has always been this way. This is something in the works and in the making. The question that we have to ask ourselves is, if money is worthless, what is valuable? The only thing that's going to be valuable, even when money is worthless, is gold and silver. Guess what? The United States has, and I talked about this a lot in my videos, that the United States has put a lot of people into the mindset thinking that they have the greatest country in the world. Well, you want to know who's going to be the safest country from all this disaster? It's going to be Africa. Because Africa doesn't have a credit system, which means that what you make, whatever your money is what you'd have, meaning that it's not owned by the government. No one owns their property except them, which means that even during economic crash, they don't have to worry about where they're going to live. But in the U.S., you do. So let's rewire our own brains and think, well, who is really the third world country? If anything, I'll say Africa is the smartest continent on the planet, because all those nations that's within the African continent are a lot more intelligent, and they fully understand the extent of the economy in which they won't be damaged by this natural disaster or any disaster but within that matter. And so that's why I'm saying that, when you go to a country, research the value of the dollar and research the value of their currency. Because right now what we're undergoing a conscious switch, a conscious change, and she's starting to know that. She understands that, she feels that, she sensed that. We all know this. This is something that's something that's been expected. Remember, the Chinese has been growing in population along with the size of the economy, but the US has been shrinking. Well, that's not something that should have happened, especially when the United States had a younger workforce that could last a lot longer, where the China has a lot older workforce, but yet they're making more money. That tells you something about capitalism, and clearly it says here that capitalism does not work. And I'm saying this, I'm gonna let the video finish playing, but basically is that a lot of you guys have known about my 100 subscriber special, right? I talked about when the US national debt hit $28 trillion, beware, because a woman coming in. And a woman coming in, she's gonna declare on the national stage, specifically during a press conference, and say that the United States is broke. Completely broke. I mean, I talked about this under Trump, and I said when the national debt hits $28 trillion, a woman coming to power. Well, guess what? I'm going to show you right now. The U.S. national debt just hit right now $28 trillion. I'm going to show you right on your screen. You're going to see it right now. So you guys have an idea what I'm referring to. Look at the national clock. It's $28 trillion. I talked about that. The national debt is $28 trillion. Why is this so exponential? Is that the United States is officially broke. It is more in debt than it can produce to pay off that debt, which means that we are all indebted to its entire country. As long as you are a citizen of the United States, you are indebted. And so that's the problem here, is that a lot of people don't understand the value of the economy, and because of that, they told you to stay asleep so you wouldn't know what's going on. So that, my friend, is how it all began. But let me just allow her to finish.
I don't know. I don't know what this is, but it's bad. And then it's just disaster after disaster after disaster. I wish I hadn't done this reading. I could have just had the heavy feeling and kept going, and, market's going to crash. I could have just done that and felt a lot better, because this goes past whatever, finances, interest, it goes past all of that, and disasters. You're gonna hate me. I'm sorry. Nothing in that felt good, y'all. I'm sorry. Nothing in that felt good. I don't even know what to tell y'all, because I don't know anything. Do you know how hard it is when you don't know anything about whatever you're talking about and what you're feeling, and yet you have this feeling and you still don't know how to describe it because you don't know enough about it to describe it in the right way? Yeah, no. So I apologize. I'm sorry, y'all. I would say definitely save and put back what you can. Even that feels too late. I don't know why. And we're just, and infrastructure, that would be great because it would put people to work. But even that's like the one thing they could have done that would have helped us. Instead, it's like we're just slowly, and then it's just going to drop off. And then we have all these disasters. Anyway, I wish I hadn't done this reading. I really do. I wish I just kept my feelings to myself. I don't know what to tell y'all. Let's just, prepare, save, stock up. I don't know for how long. I didn't even get it. This is going to be well, it wouldn't matter because timing's not right anyway. And I'm going to hope that I'm wrong or the universe changes things and sends something else our way. Because none of that felt good, my friends. And none of that. And I cannot describe to you how it felt. There's no words to describe how I felt. So I apologize for this bad news. I'm really sorry I even read on it. I really am. Anyway, I want to thank y'all for supporting our table, our channel, and supporting me and my husband in all your prayers. I really want to thank you. It means so much to me. Y'all aren't just...
All right, so I just realized a lot of you guys have seen a lot of the videos, so thank you all. So they make everything a little bit easier. But I hope the audio was good and that you guys were able to hear it. I tried my best, but yeah. All right, so we're gonna jump into the main portion of this reading towards the end of the video. Just like my guys told me, they want me to give you guys an angelic reading at the end of every video, so definitely stay tuned for that. Okay, we're gonna leave off with a happy note, hopefully. All right. So hi everyone, thank you for coming. Just keep in mind that it's just for entertainment purposes only. We have a lot to talk about today, so thank you all, and thank you, Marie, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. So let's jump into it. All right. All right, so spirits and angels tell me, what is it that we need to know for right now? How do we prepare for this economic collapse? Let me just put this up right now. How do we really prepare for this economic collapse that's about to occur? Okay. All right. Do you have any messages that you would like to give me in this deck? All right. Let me just take that. All right, leave it. All right, all right. So what we have here, again, we have two women down, right? What we're going to have it do, what we're going to see is, and I talked about this a lot in my video, is that we're going to end up seeing a scenario where a woman comes into power. She's coming in soon. And I think this might be Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris comes in, and she's going to pick a woman VP. So we might have a two-woman ticket, just so you guys are aware. I do feel like there was two women who are about to rise to power. Now, this could be, this is economically standing. Now, I don't know why it's coming through here, but it is. It's telling me that now this could be two different things. We could hear how Kamala Harris as Madam President and a VP Madam Vice President, or we could see a scenario where it's Madam President and a woman who's running against her to compete for the position of the presidency. Now, please keep in mind that this is just for entertainment purposes only. A way for you guys to, okay, so one thing you have to do is you have to be very concerned. The virus is not contained, right? You can see this here in my card. This is the virus, and it looks like it's contained, right? But it's reversed. Well, it told me the virus is not contained. So that should be your number one concern, is not getting sick. Right? It could be Nancy Pelosi. Well, I do see Nancy Pelosi step it down sometime soon. We do have here, we're undergoing a transition, but the transition has not begun yet. I'm also seeing here that a lot of you guys need to kind of like protect yourself after guides and your angels or whoever you work with to kind of surround you with love and light and energy and understanding and knowing what to do in an emergency setting. The time is to start now. Like I could tell my parents, we need to get going, we need to do this, and they're still going to make a joke about it. So, I'm useless at this point in terms of trying to help my own family. But it makes a difference if I'm able to help yours. Now, I'm not telling you guys to go out and, spend this enormous amount of money trying to save. Go to the source. Be smart. If you have a local dollar store, go to the dollar store and get some supplies. Be smart with your money, okay? Know where to spend. If you need, like, place or, like, something, get something reusable. Figure out, okay, so what happens in the scenario if we run out of water? How do we clean our dishes? Get reusable stuff, like something that you can easily clean, stuff like that. We have here as well is that this is probably going to take place sometime right before August. So this is my August card here, and it's reversed. That's the challenge, right? We also have the card here. This is my French, which is also the American popsicle. And what is telling me that America is going to go up in terms of COVID cases and it's going to be due, and it's also going to be due to hunger. So a lot of people are going to be very hungry, and this is also both men. And I never, and guys, know this. This is just subconsciously. I must have did this and not know. We have men, blue. We have both genders, and we also have female. And so this is particularly talking about men and women from all genders are going to start starving, particularly the minority group. Particularly the minority group is going to struggle a little bit. And so if you are in any way, you feel like as if, there's not much that you can do, try to do it. And if you need help, I'm more than happy to try to help you in any way I can. I can give you advice on what to do and stuff like that. But I want to make sure that you guys are okay and safe. All right, so Elizabeth Warren and Bernie introduced a 3% tax wealth bill. Now, guys, remember in the 1980s, under Ronald Reagan, he allowed all these rich people to not be able to pay taxes. And because of it, people got so rich off the pandemic that they're making more, and they even got double or triple the amount of money that they had before the pandemic, right? And they barely pay any taxes. The reason why, people from the, the 80s and stuff like that remember so well was because a lot of those utilities was from the rich people because they were paying our government. Now we don't pay our government, which is why the infrastructure is going to collapse, which is why we need this thing to pass. So Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders introduced a 3% wealth tax bill on the rich. Will it pass? Will this thing pass in the Senate? Okay. No, it does not have support. No, I feel like it's Joe Manchin or Christian Sinema. One of those two are gonna deny, and it's gonna cut it off. Yeah, no, they're not gonna be able to now. The two senators who said they're gonna support it are walking away. This is Bernie Sanders. It's the last shot. This is the last shot for the country. What we have here, the challenge is a Democrat. I feel like this is either Joe Manchin or Christian Sinema. And we have here, it does not have the support. So now I don't see it passing. Eat only food with high nutritional value, no empty calories. Oh, I need to start that, honey. Guys, learn how to make bread. That's a good one. I'll learn how to make a fire in the grass. Start growing your own food, by the way. Hello, everyone. Don't worry if you're late, okay? It's okay. Don't worry about if you're late, okay? All right, so let's jump in and let's start the next part of the question. So the next thing that we're going to be asking is, let me just make sure the audio is on. Oops. Yep, sorry, guys. I just realized the audio was not on and you guys cannot hear me. All right, I'm sorry about that. All right, so the next thing that we're going to be looking at right now is we're going to be kind of getting an idea of like the infrastructure. Let's take a look at the infrastructure. How is the United States infrastructure? Are we going to be able to get people infrastructure? You guys heard me? Okay, I'm glad that you guys can hear me. I just want to make sure I'm clear. All right, so it looks like Biden's going to come in and save the day, but he's going to really need to do a lot of work. Right now, the challenge is the moon. They haven't written the full bill yet. And part of the reason for that is it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be pretty difficult for them to try to pass it. They need a lot of support, specifically, again, from the two Democrats, Sinema and Manchin. We have here judgment, right? We have, judgment day. This is the impeachment trial. So this is in the past, right? We have Joe Biden. He was inaugurated. Was the president, right? What we have here is that Joe Biden needs all 50 senators, Democratic senators, and Kamala Harris to sign on. If this does not happen, let me look. Let me see what happens for that. What happens if they don't pass this infrastructure bill? All right, so we have here predicted under Biden to step down. Yeah, okay, again, we have Biden leaving. So if they don't pass it, Biden's going to have to step down for something. This is the time frame. This is why Joe Biden might be reversed in this card, which would explain that Kamala goes in and there's an awakening. So when a woman comes into power, there's going to be a conscious awakening. Right, we're going to have here, but however, it's going to be pretty hard because of the partisan divide. They're not going to welcome her with open arms. They're going to start calling her a socialist. And this is by the GOP. The GOP is not even in power. And it's going to be all about the future now. What can we do for the American people? What can we do for our country? It's going to be a hard battle. It's going to be a pretty hard battle. Okay, there's two cards wanting to come out. We have here, if nothing gets done, you can damn sure bet there's nothing left for the United States. There's no money, there's no surplus, there's nothing. Like, they can't do anything. And, Marie Table's right. It's exactly what she thought. Like, there's no money. There's, like, no money going in the government at all. People can't pay their taxes. And, part of this is that it's the government's fault. The government did this. And, we rightfully so deserve this completely. All right, so let's look at the next question. You guys, I don't have a set of questions today, partly because this was an emergency, and I wanted us to be able to get into this before and be able to help you guys and give you some sort of calmness before the economic collapse. So let's ask, will there be an economic collapse? Oh, okay. So why are you saying Biden is replaced? So, all right, so let me just answer that quickly. All right, so a lot of you guys who've been with me, and though a lot of you guys are new here, I've been saying for a while that I was doing a symptom video, 100 episode special for you guys, and I was talking about the economic collapse and why the U.S. national debt is tied into everything, because it gives me a time frame. Basically, how I read Tower, it gives me the surrounding theme. What is around this particular question or story? So you kind of get the time frame or the understanding. And so we just hit $28 trillion in March. And the reason why I'm saying is because the women come to the power. Now, I don't know what that particularly means. There's only so much that I know. However, I've been getting the sense and feeling lately that Kamala is coming in, or some women is coming to power. I've been getting the feeling, and I will be doing a video separately on this. But the reason why I'm saying Biden is the place, if Biden is still in power within the next 4 years, you can sure bet he's running for president again. Partly this all ties into Trump. Trump and Biden have the similar karma, their connection. So just say like Biden, right? Biden's here, he's the president. However, if Trump says and he's not being like investigated, the court is not moving, it's moving slowly. What ends up happening, it will put Trump into the primaries, and Trump's will try to run again, which means Biden will have to stay in. For some reason, I got a feeling that Kamala might not be able to defeat Trump by herself. I mean, spiritually, I kind of got information that she felt like the Democratic Party wasn't ready for women, at least not to elect in the primaries, which is why she needs Biden. If Biden steps down, she'll become president, then the Democratic Party's ready. So we have different scenarios and different timelines of what possibility could happen. So Biden and Trump. So Trump is not being investigated and not going to jail and, facing all the criminal charges and still is able to run for president. Biden is tied into Trump. And so if Trump is still here, Biden will still be here. That's why I'm saying that it cannot be replaced. We're in very different timelines. Anything could possibly happen. So I just wanted to simply explain that. So I hope that does help a little bit. Hi everyone, Marie's not physically here. It was just a pre-recording. She can't be here only because of Wi-Fi issues. All right, so let's talk about what's the next thing that we need to talk about. Let's talk about zombie companies. Okay, the first thing is it's worldwide. We already knew that. Okay, zombie companies. What do we need to know about zombie companies? Oh. Yeah, exactly what Maria was saying. Like Maria was saying, and she didn't know what she was trying to get at. And luckily, I was able to kind of figure it out before I went live. It's zombie companies, and I spoke about zombie companies. I'm going to give you the definition here. Zombie companies is a political economy. A zombie company is a company that needs to bail out in order to operate, or is indebted company that is able to repay the interest on its debts, but not repay the government. So basically what that basically means is that the government is paying $2.6 trillion for companies that no longer function and can't make profit and therefore can't pay back the loans, which means that this was process started in 2008 under the United States to try to limit or mitigate the damage of the Great Recession. And because of that, now that we have so many of them, is that they are part, I think, 5 or 10% of the U.S. economy, that 5 to 2% could destroy at least 40 million jobs in the making. So there's that as well. We do have here again, this is a process along all capital countries around the globe. We have here they gave money, knowing that they're not going to get anything back in return. it was a political thing to try to win how to support of the people. It was something that they did. Remember, this was something that been in government for a long time. This is not something new. So don't just say Trump did it as well. I mean, Trump came into the scene in 2016. He may have, speed up the process. However, it does feel like this is something that was in the making. So this is not just Trump's fault. This is a lot of President Trump fault as well. We do have here as the tower card. It's going to crash soon. We have the tower card. Again, this is the thing that's going to bring down the U.S. economy. We have here, as you see, this is what I see in the U.S. economy, right? This is the stock market going up, 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 up. And you see that dip? It's going to crash. It's reversed. Look how far that goes. It goes from the top all the way to the bottom. It was reversed, which tells me the U.S. economy is going to crash. Right now, we don't know because we're under a full moon. I feel like the next moon cycle, it's going to crash. So sometime in April. I can't say, guys. I know, guys, you're asking if it's like, yes, I mean dummy companies. That's what they call them, dummy companies. They're companies that no longer make profit, but just take money from the government so that it doesn't hinder short-term economy gains. That's what it is. It's okay. It's okay, Pat. Don't worry. As long as you guys are here, I'm happy. You guys are meant to be here. If you're here with me right now, you're meant to be here because you're supposed to hear these messages because they're supposed to help you. All right, so let's jump on to another part of the question. Let's just see how the U.S. and the world is feeling on the global stage. I see that I told my dad to get his money out, but he doesn't listen. I have my money in the stock market, and I should probably take that out ASAP. Oops. If you guys want to invest in the stock market, invest in governmental bonds, because then the government pays you, you don't pay the government, so that's how it works. But okay, anyway. Spirits and Angels, tell me, what do we need to know about the U.S. economy surrounding the United States? How is the United States and the globe feeling? If you guys have any questions, just put them in the comments. What do we need to know? How is America feeling right now? This is an emergency. Okay, so we're running out of time. The U.S. is running out of time. TikTok. Like literally TikTok, like the economy's going to crash. I told you guys, it felt like I needed to do this ASAP. Like this is weird. I never done this before, but the economy's going to crash. Here it is. The person who's in power is the person who can get blamed. Just so you guys know that. We have Arizona. It's dry. The country's dry. All right, I know exactly what this is. All right, so the United States is run out of time. Right? We only have so much time left, and it's almost over. We have here the world president. So this is the United States. We're talking about the government, right? And so what this is telling me here is that the United States government and the president knows right now that we have no money. We have no money. Like, look at Arizona. What's Arizona? It's arid. It's dry. There's not much there. Now, if you're from Arizona, I hope I don't offend you in any particular way, but I'm talking about the climate in this aspect. It's very hot. It's dry. There's not so much. There's a little bit of like plants or living animals, but there's not like an abundance. You know what I mean? And we see here, and part of this is because what drains it was the people's a lot of the love and passion that people are going to feel for their own country, that they abused their own country. And part of that is you can blame the people who don't care for the country. These people are not passionate. This information is going to come out very soon. Look at that. We're going out of darkness into the light. Information is going to be revealed. It's between both men and women, right? It's going to affect both genders, like I said. It's almost going to be a closed door opportunity and stop. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. I'm wondering right now how many people are going to lose their jobs. So I'm going to act overall. I know a lot of you guys are concerned with money out of the bank. I mean, just so you guys know, I just want to quickly say this now. When an economy crashes and you have your money in your bank, but you have an AMT, guess what happened to the AMT? It does not have unlimited cash. It only carries a certain amount of cash. So once that AMC machine runs out of cash, you don't have any money. So make sure you have a backup plan. Make sure you know how to bargain, okay? That's what you're going to need. Make sure you get items and things how to bargain. Okay, all governmental facilities, if the country closes, all governmental facilities will be shut down. Zombie companies. It's called zombie companies. Let me show you. A lot of you guys are a little confused, so let me just show you what I mean. All right, hold on. Share screen. Look, you guys see that? It says zombie companies. This is what it is. This is the name of it. Zombie company. DOMBIE company. You can look that up. Okay, that's what it's called. So it's zombie. It means that the company's dead. Like it literally does not function. The only purpose is just to prop it up. It's empty and hollow. No one works for that company. So that's what it is. I hope that clarifies a little bit of things up. Yes, please keep in mind that this is just for entertainment purposes only. All governmental facilities will be shut down, probably also the internet and electricity. So we're going to have to find a way to get in touch because I want to make sure you guys are all safe and protected. And I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm trying to be openly honest with you. Okay? All right, so yeah, I'm already in debt. Apparently with me taking out the money. I'm already in debt, so there's that. All right, so should I get my money out of the bank soon? So I'm gonna look at this generally. So this applies to all you guys, okay? Also the American people as a whole. So let's just take a look. Now, this economic collapse means worldwide. Does not mean specifically United States. However, we will be looking at United States because the way the United States goes, everything goes. Yeah, I pronounce things wrong. It's my deaf accent. That's why. Don't panic, though. Don't panic, but make sure you have a game plan just in case. Should I get my money out of the bank soon? So should everyone in the United States get their money out of the bank if the economy crashes? What should we do? Okay. Okay, so I'm hearing we don't know. Like it almost feels like the cards can't even give me a specific answer. Like it doesn't know what's gonna happen. Like it feels like it knows it's gonna happen because I keep getting the tower card. It's gonna crash, but it's not giving me a definitive answer what is gonna happen. Like it's not telling me specifically, if you know what I mean. Again, we have here the page of cups, and what it's telling me here is that a lot of you guys are going to have to kind of use your own intuition and your own guide. Your own intuition is going to tell you what's right. You have to kind of listen to that. That's why I'm always trying to show you crystals and try to hone in on your intuition because you're going to need this in this moment. We do have here a lot of you guys, and including everyone in the United States, including me, are financially indebted in some particular form or way. And some of you guys may not even know that it may also be your credit score as well. We do have here, a lot of us are not going to be given another opportunity. So this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make the right decision. You make the wrong one and it can end everything. And so what we have here as well is we have the star in reverse. And so what this is telling me that the United States is going to be down. Like the United States is functioning as a country, it's down. The economy, the energy, everything's going to be down. Now, I'm not sure specifically what particularly fashion it's going to be, but something's happening. And it happened after the time Trump leaves office. So Trump is already gone, right? Trump has already escaped, or he's already gone away from the White House. It's going to crash soon. Because this was Trump's plan. The only way that he can bring the Democrats out of power is that he needs it to crash the economy so badly that it pushes him back into power. That's basically what Trump is trying to do. So it's gonna radicalize more people. So I've seen you guys also need to protect yourself, on the level right here. We're undergoing a conscious change. This also goes for the people who are not mentally there. And when I say not mentally there, I'm talking about Trump supporters. Again, information is not going to be revealed at this time, but if you should do it, just make sure you make the right decision. Because people are going to come after other people for money, for weapons, for food, everything. So you need to make sure this is not a zombie apocalypse. I'm not trying to scare the crap out of you, but I'm trying to be openly honest with you. Don't sugarcoat anything. That's the problem. But it's also really good because I'm giving you direct answers. I'm being blunt with you. So if you should take money out of the bank, what I got was it depends on each and every single one of you. Each person has a very different thing going on. The astrology is beautiful right now. I think, Deborah, I think you're right completely. I think right after, it could be the astrology is going to turn soon. But I felt like next moon cycle, maybe the next couple, but it's going to be sometime before August. It's going to collapse. But remember, when economic collapse, we have an economic recovery. So remember that, you know, in order for, we had a pandemic after a recession in 1918, and then it was followed by the Roaring 20s. So there's that as well. So definitely stay tuned. I'm trying to find your question. I apologize. All right, so let's look at this. Crypto cards don't support what you are saying. Okay, so Deborah, if you feel like it's not exactly what it's saying, feel free to comment in the live chat, because there is a lot of different interpretation and a lot of intuitive feel. So if you feel like something's different with your own intuition, feel free to put in a live chat, and I will mention it to my viewers so that they can kind of feel what reality and what understanding that they're going to get. So definitely let me know, Deborah, what you're getting from those cards. I don't use the meaning of the card specifically. I use my own intuition. So if they're going off based meaning, I don't use that. All right, so how would the education system be affected by the crash? All right, so you think I'm fear-mongering. Okay, so that's okay. I'm not trying to get mad at you or anything like that. You are completely right. Maybe I am fear-mongering, but I'm also a teen, and I'm also scared because I have to deal with this. So I'm not trying to scare you guys. If you guys feel like I'm fear-mongering you, maybe it isn't the best that you stay on to, you know, watch this, because I'm not trying to scare you guys. I'm trying to be blunt with you. Deborah, yes, I'm saying the cards don't know what's going to happen. There's many outcomes that could end up happening. And so I'm not saying that, like, it's not happening, or, like, you know, the things are, my intuition said what you are saying. One is money. One of many possibilities is many. Yes, exactly, Julie. I completely agree. Yes, exactly, right. So, Deborah, what I'm saying is there are many possibilities. You can't give me a clear outcome. Yes, I'm just telling you guys exactly what I'm seeing. And Deborah, I'm not trying to tell you, if you feel something different, to trust your own intuition. I'm not telling you otherwise, okay? I respect you, and I respect your intuition. Ask your guides if you don't feel like this is the right reading for you, then certainly do your own reading and see how you feel, okay? I'm not trying to tell you, you know, anything. I'm not trying to fear-monger you. What do I gain from fear-mongering you? I don't get anything from it, right? And so please try to know that I'm not trying to fear-monger you. I'm trying to be openly honest with you. You know, I mentioned this on the beginning of my channel. If that's not what you like, then maybe this channel isn't for you. I just want to put it blatantly and bluntly. If you don't see it, if you don't like it, then you don't belong here. Because I'm not trying to fear-monger you. If you want to go to another YouTube channel, then go. It's okay. I'm not trying to you know, tell you what to do, but I hope you're not afraid, and I love you guys, because when you put stuff out like this, it decreases the lesshood, a likely chance of it happening. That's all that it does. And so thank you all. I love you guys. And so we're going to continue. I will edit this piece out so anyone who's watching this later does not, you know, these you guys still get your information. All right. So anyway, let's go back to your question. I apologize. All right, so let's look at the education system. All right, let's take a look at that. All right, so how would the education system be affected by the crash? All right, so anyway, what we have here is we have the chart in reverse. And basically what it is telling me here is that there's no set plan for just in case something like this had to happen. right? Well, what this basically is telling me here is that yeah, okay. So it feels like there is no plan in place. God forbid something was to happen. So it feels like this is governmental will. So government will have to make the choice whether or not how the government is going to be affected in terms of the education system. Right now, the education system, this is self-explanatory. You all know this. The American education system is not that good, right? This is specifically in the South, but this is also nationwide. We have here, part of this is that it becomes a big loss for a lot of those people who aren't like highly educated in some degrees and stuff like that. Um, and stuff like that as well. We do have here as well, we do have the King of Wong. And what this is kind of telling me is this is all about the conservative aspects. Everything that you need to know that there's a lot of this education problems happened under the former president or other former presidents as well, specifically the conservative ones. We do have here, they were pushing some sort of agenda, and because of it, it's going to start to see the collapse of it. It's the collapse and the renewal of the new education system. But we have here, as well as we have a new beginning for the education system. So I think in terms of what I'm seeing here is that the education system is going to start collapsing and end up after that. All right, so someone trolled on this thing. So basically what I mean, if you need to block it, do it. How would the education system be affected? Basically, the point of this is that the economy and education system, in terms of that, it's intertwined. It's supposed to rejuvenate and revise everything that's happening. So basically, what that means is that sorry, I've been thrown off by the whole entire scenario, so I'm sorry, guys. What I really mean is, all right. So anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that I guess the education system is going to end up in a scenario where we're going to end up improving really well. Like in the long term, it's going to be really good. In the short term, not so much. But because of it, it's going to start showing things in the U.S. education system that shouldn't have been there or never should. All right, so if no one's not a troll, that's all that matters. Respect everyone, but yeah. Anyway, let's go on to the next question. Abbott is opening Texas for 100% with no mask required. How is that going to work for Texas? Let's take a look at that. Okay. All right, Abbott opening Texas for 100% no mask. How is Texas going to deal with no mask requirement? All right, so we have here the Ace of Swords. There's something here that they have a plan. There's a plan Trump wasn't able to win the state by the same margin. We have here they're trying to stop the Democratic push for the state to win the state. And it has to do something with the president, the former president. And it's about the transformation, not allowing the state to go blue. There's something here, like they're trying to do something with the state. Again, we have here, they're trying to push back against something. Again, it might be a woman. I feel like a lot of the cards that are reversed are going to turn upright when Kamala comes in. Something's going to be revealed about this. We have here, again, they're lying to the people. They're deceiving the people of Texas. I feel personally, on my own level, I feel like the people in Texas are going to end up in a scenario where there's going to be a lot more people end up passing away or dying. Like they're trying to harm it so badly in Texas that it makes it look like Biden is unable to handle the pandemic. It's more of a political agenda so that the Republicans get swept into the midterms, into both the House and the Senate, and then end up winning the presidency. So that's the goal here. It is a political maneuver to try to make it look as if this is Biden's fault. Listen, I'm not trying to scare you guys. Listen, I love you, Deborah, and I love everyone here. I'm never, ever, ever trying to fearmonger. If anyone knows my channel is all about love, I'm trying to send you guys love and energy. And so I will say, saying stuff like that does hurt a bit because I never really had the intention of hurting you guys. But I do have to be blunt. Because if no one's blunt, who can you trust that isn't going to be blunt with you? And so if you don't like the channel, you don't have to be here. I'm not going to try and force you to stay. I mean, go if you want, but I'm going to be blunt and openly honest. And a lot of people here love that about me. That's a quality of me. That's a personality trait. I will not change that for one person. I will never change myself for anyone else because I love myself and I love you guys. And if you can't respect that, then this channel is not for you, and I'm not going to force you to stay. All right, so I'm going to pick another question that I've seen. I'm having a hard time finding your question, guys. Thank you, guys. You're very sweet. All right, so let me just ask, when is the economic crash happening so we can get an idea? I love you guys. Yeah, you got, a lot of you guys may not known, or maybe you might have known. I talked about, a vaccine coming out, and it's going to be like helping a lot of people, but there's going to be something else coming about, like another virus or something like a brand new mutation that's going to make some of the vaccines ineffective in some way, in some cases as well. So, but also see a really good vaccine coming out in April. So there is something good coming out. So thank you. So yeah, I love you guys. All right, so the next question I really need to ask is about you, for you guys. Okay. Oh my God, I'm like, okay, I need to center myself for a second. Hold on. All right, I'm balanced. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm so sorry about that. I did not mean for that distraction. I want to see what's happening in April. What's happening in the month of April? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. All right. There's a government shutdown. The government's going to shut down. We have here the Fool. Reverse. The economy is going to start to fall. The collapse probably towards the end of March to the beginning of April. We have here, we have people are unable to apply for unemployment benefits or the stimulus checks because we may not actually get them. And part of the thing is that we may not see them partly because either there's two scenarios. We either we don't have money, or that because the government shut down, people can't access the money. We have here government. Right, the government's here. The government's going to announce it. And they're going to try to push people to get this stimulus check in as soon as possible. However, the GOP is going to shut down the government on purpose. And they're going to prevent people from getting their money from the government. We have here judgment reversed, which tells me that they're not going to be judged for this action. They're punishing someone. And it feels like it's because Trump is forced out of the party in some degree. This is like a punishment to the government. Yeah, again, Trump is forced out of something. Like he's forced out of money. This is asset. It feels like this is retaliation against the United States government. Thank you all for all you guys for staying with me. Despite all that, I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Oops, sorry guys. So I'm just going to read some of your comments because I want to read it. I know a lot of you guys have some valuable stuff that you want to say. And, it's kind of hard to kind of do multitasking. So just give me a sec. Many readers have been saying for some time something's going to happen. Being prepared is a necessity at this time. Many will not heed warnings and be sorely in need. Yes. Yeah, I think I'll be in that same position where I won't be able to get the needs, partly because my parents are like, they think I'm not working with angels or something, so they don't, because they're Trumpers basically. Best part. All right, so let's see what some government. Let's see what question that I can do. You guys know I always have your best intention. The reason why I came on is so I can warn you. You know what I mean? Just to let you know ahead of time. Yes, I know March 4th didn't happen, but I talked in that same video, March as a whole, but I don't want it to happen. I'm okay being wrong. That's the thing about tower leaders. You want to be wrong in cases where it injures other people. I don't want to be right about March 4th. I don't want to, and I'm so happy it didn't happen. But we still have a whole month of March. I didn't think it happened. Just because I wasn't right about something doesn't mean I'm wrong. It just means that I don't want it to happen. We manifested it not to happen, and we should pat ourselves on the back for that. I don't want it to happen, but this is pretty much imminent. It happens every 10 years, so it's not a surprise. But let's take a look at what do I see for Social Security and medicine during this time. I love you guys. You're so sweet. Okay. What do I see for Social Security and medicine during this time? What do we need to know about medicine? What do we need to know, spirits and angels? Tell me. Okay, we have a challenge here. Okay, we have 2 challenges on the side. And then what do we need to know for Social Security and medicine during this time? What do we need to know? All right. Okay. All right. All right. So we have here the Knight of Swords. We have Biden reverse. Biden's reverse. If you guys are worried, cash is the best solution. But I can't tell you because if you have money in the bank, the money may not be able to give you money. And if your money's not worth anything, then the money's worth nothing. You know what I mean? At this point, so that's why the card can tell me the answer. We have here the challenge at the presidency. There's something that's going to happen. News is going to break. And that's the challenge to the question. Social Security and medicine during this time. And we have here the Knight of Cups. Biden walking away. Biden is in every section of the card. We have Biden here, and we have the president, which is here as well. Was telling me something's gonna happen. Not saying Biden's gonna be killed or anything. I don't see that for him. I just see maybe he's stepping down. When I first looked at Biden, I asked, "What is he gonna step down?" I always thought no, but now I'm seeing a yes. So things are changing. We do have 8 as well. We do have this is the economic collapse. Everything's gonna happen. This could be something could be unexpected. Something's going to be unexpected here. Oh, if you guys ever wondering what might be valuable, it might be salt. We do have here as well partly cloudy. Something's going to be hidden about someone's death. Now, I always got the feeling that this could be like Queen Elizabeth, like when a queen's. Okay, so here's what I got. I was thinking about this last and I couldn't understand. I keep getting these dreams about a tsunami, and I'm on a boat and on a cruise ship, and a tsunami hits the boat continuously. I've been getting this dream, and it's bothering the hell out of me. So I'm gonna tell you guys that. I got the feeling that the queen is gonna end up passing away. The Queen Elizabeth. And because of that, I always felt like if a woman steps down from power from one part of the area, she's gonna step up into power from another area. Meaning that I feel like when Queen Elizabeth passes away, Kamala Harris will either be rising to power or will be in power already at that point in time. So there is something here significant. Again, right now it's all male energy right now. It's male energy, but look, the women's not too far behind. We have here again. We have the one. The one is coming soon. You just need to believe. You need to believe that she's coming. She's on her way. So I feel like this is odd for something to do with Social Security and medicine. But during this time, it's telling me that around this thing is that the government's going to experience something like a change in leadership, meaning that this may happen with the Social Security, and Social Security might be just like FDR, where they improve it, but I'm going to take a little bit of a deeper look and see what's happening. Social Security is a stepping fund and not affected by government shutdown. Yeah, I agree, Manny. I agree. Possibility we're preparing will help, but will not be so severe. Yeah, so by me putting this out there, it will lessen the chances of an economic collapse being very bad. But I cannot sugarcoat it for you guys. I'm not Willy Wonka, okay? All right, so let's see. I love you guys. You guys are so sweet. All right. So what about Social Security check? Let's take a look at that. If you ask different questions, kind of the same idea, we might get different results. All right. So what do we need to know about Social Security check in April? Something's being stopped. Something's being stopped here. I feel like you're going to get it. You're going to get it. It's going to pass, and Biden's going to approve it. But then something's stopping. Like, from it going out, maybe there might be too many people applying for it. Again, like I was saying, it could be economic crash. There's something stopping, and I've seen some sort of white supremacist group might be intimidating people. There's something going on here that we're not aware of yet. We'll find out when time comes. But we do have here the Senate approved it. It passed in the Senate, I think, last night, I believe. We have here it going to Biden. Biden's going to be the one to approve it. He's going to approve it. But then we have here, like, you guys are not at a loss. The American people are not at a loss. It's going to be a big win for America. However, there's going to be something arising. I don't know what it is, and I feel like it's about money. This is my white supremacy card. A lot of this is all about consciousness. A lot of these people who are going to go and get this stuff are going to undergo a very fast spiritual awakening, so to speak. And we have here, again, we have the Ace of Swords reversed, which tells me, no, you won't get it right away. This card is telling me there's something going on. Yeah, there's something going on that we're not aware of yet. So it feels like we're going to get it, but the question is, something big underlying is stopping the check from coming out. So I don't know a lot about government in terms of the economic standpoint of how everything's intertwined. I'm not president, so it's not my job. But I do feel like there is something blocking it. Now, this blockage can be removed. We do have a lot of things happen. We are going to get it. The question is when. April? I don't know. I just seen like beginning of April again, exactly what I was seeing before. All right, so someone asked us, and if you guys have not checked out the voter suppression or voting rights acts in the last video, definitely check that video out. It's really good. It's highly intuitive. It's very educational. It's very important that you watch it. It's going to be another ride. Now, I don't want to answer the question the same way that I did last time. What I'm going to do is I might get in the sense of someone anticipating or trying to plan a riot rather than just saying it's going to happen, because I'm thinking that picking up on the strong energies and not specifically if it's going to happen or stuff like that. Spiritual angel tell me, based on the energy that I'm feeling, is there going to most likely be a riot, or are people anticipating some sort of riot in the future? What do we need to know? Okay. All right. It's economic. Money. The riot is going to be from economic. Like, it almost feels like anarchy. Maybe I'm not using my terminology here, but it does feel like something's going to happen. And now this could just be the energy. This could be how America's feeling. That doesn't mean necessarily that there's going to be a riot, but it feels like there is going to be something underlying that we're not aware of just yet. We have here, again, it's about financial decision. The financial decision that people are very upset about. And that people don't really like the way the government is handling all that. And that it has kept a lot of American people at a big loss. Now, this could be around April, by the way. This could be what's happening in April. What could be either protesting. Now, it could be Trumpers. Now, it could be like a collective American protesting, kind of like, almost feels like Black Lives Matter movement with the large crowd across 50 states. Kind of like that, except it's about economics. I do have here, there is some hardships here. and it's with the president. So the president's going to start approving, and because of that, because of high approval, he's going to need to get things passed, and he's going to have to force, and they're going to have to get rid of the filibuster, because the filibuster needs to get fixed ASAP. And the Democrats are going to do very well, and I said Biden's going to be one of the most popular presidents in American history. So he's going to get a lot of things done. The question is that this may be the thing that brings America together, because the only way you're going to get things done is you need a government that's willing to work together. I'm looking for the next question. Marie's Table, you said, let's do it live tomorrow if things people can do and how we can help. Yeah, I'll be down for that completely. Just let me know a time, because I sleep, and I'll, just give me a time. Just email me or tell me in the live chat. Just kind of have an idea when to be awake. I don't know when you want to do this, but I'll be completely down. Like 100% down. Yep. Thank you, Marie. All right. Guys, I just lost the question. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Okay. I just lost the question. Oops. Thank you, Marie. You are a lifesaver for both me and everyone else. Melinda, Marie may have trouble doing live. What me and Marie may do is, I'm thinking, Marie, this is up to you. You can put out on your community page. I could do it as well. We can ask people what kind of questions they have about this. I mean, you could pre-record it, and then we'll just edit out any difficulties in terms of that's a fire. Oops. Any difficulty that sorry. Okay, any difficulty that people may have, we can just answer them. And if there's any Wi-Fi, I can just edit up, clip out, and I'll send you that video, and then we can do whatever you want with the video. You could do that way, if you want. Then you don't have to really worry about like the live not working, so we can do that. All right. Luckily, I didn't burn the table, so we'll go with that. We'll go with that. All right, so you stay up all night. Yeah, I stay up all night, then I sleep during the day. Yeah, I'm on a night owl. Yeah. All right, so anyway, let's speak on how many Americans are going to lose their jobs. Let's kind of get an idea. I'm not saying that we need, I want you to know, I really don't want a lot of people, but if I get the number, we can kind of lessen that. You know what I mean? Well, my ancestors who came to America in the mid-1800s were chemists. Really? That's interesting. All right, so Spears and Ansel, tell me, how many people are expected to lose their job during this economic crash? Okay, so 44 million. Probably about 44 million people. Could be 4.4 million. Could be at that as well. It's going to be a lot of deficits. There are going to be a lot of people who are going to be heavily, and it feels like it's going to be more so taking place in the South. So a lot of people in the southern region, anyone in really Republican states, are most likely going to get hit harder than just say the Democratic states. So that's what I'm getting from that. I'm going to act the Uno cards and see what they have to say about that. All right. Great, Marie. So let me know if you like the idea that I suggested in case the live doesn't work out. And just let me know what channel you want to do this on. All right, so Spirits and Angels, tell me, what do we need to know? What do we need to know about this? All right, so how I'm going to do this is, so it could be 22 million. It could be 44 million. So it's within that there. It seems like it's double. Like, yeah, it feels like it's double. I want to ask this. How I'm going to do this, I'm going to kind of do this in a little different way. I'm gonna ask the card, Uno cards. I'm gonna spread out 8 cards, 8 Uno cards. And if it's upright, that means the economy's good. If it's downright or like reverse, the economy's bad. If we have more reversals, the economy is most likely to collapse. If we have more uprights, the economy is most likely to restore. So let's take a look. All right. All right. So Spirits and Angels tell me with 8 cards, can you tell me if we're gonna have a crash? If it's really all of them are reverse, it's gonna be a really bad one. And if it's like really all good, we have a good economy. Can you give me an idea if we're gonna have an economic crash or not? What do we need to know? Can you give me 8 cards? Okay, so we have 2. Okay, what else do we need to know? Do you have another card? We need about, okay. Okay, I can't count, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we have 8. I'm gonna put these 2. Okay, all right, so we have here, we have 1 reversal. We have 2 reversals. We have 3 reversals. We have 4 reversals. We have 5 reversals. And we have 6 reversals. So 6 out of 8. So you have 2 upright and 6 reverse. You're most likely going to have an economic crash. Yep. The Uno cards say it. So, oops. And these cards seem to be more accurate. I'm just saying that. I don't know why, but they do. That's interesting. All right, so let's do all right, so how would a possible crash affect farmers? So why is this so important? Well, good thing you asked. Well, if you don't have food, who's going to make your food if you don't have farmers, right? They're the most important, but yet they're the least respected. So I'm going to use my little special deck because these are special people and these people deserve all the respect. All right, so how would a possible crash affect farmers? Okay. All right, so there's 2 challenges here. Oh, okay. So you have challenge the government. The government's the challenge here. The government really needs to understand that the farmers are the backbone of society. Listen to me. The farmers are the backbone of society. So if you don't want an economic collapse along with a famine, you kind of got to extend love and energy to all the farmers because they're the ones that's going to be the backbone of the country. Okay? What we have here as well is we have new, young, and vibrant. This is reverse, but this is style. We were telling me this is a big challenge. The young people want to come out in favor of helping the farmers. We have here, the part of it is the lack of government and the lack of the Congress, is the capital, by the way, of not being able to help the people. So they're not going to help the farmers. That's the first problem, right? They're not able to get along in the House. However, I do feel like this is a challenge to this particular question. We have here as well, we have the president, the world's leader, with money. So Biden will have to give them money, or whoever's president at that time will have to give them money because they're going to need it. Because otherwise, the United States is going to be dried out. Like the United States is going to be dry, like we have no food. I feel like, if anything, what I'm getting from this is that the farmers will actually end up getting the money that they need, and therefore the United States is not going to go hungry. Yeah, we're not going to go hungry. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I feel like that, but I feel like the government's going to have to get along. And I feel like this is a way for nation as a whole is to get people to come together, and this is one of the ways they're going to do it. It's through farmers, through a common thing. Because if everyone can all agree here, right, we all may have our political differences, different views and values, but we can all agree on that we want at least something to eat on our plate. I think that's something that's going to bring a lot of Americans together, and that does not take a psychic to know that. I would do a live to give advice. Okay, absolutely, Marie. Just let me know whatever time you want to do, and I'm more than happy to do it, okay? And just let me know, and then I'll send people over to watch us as well, or my channel, whatever you prefer. The more people we're able to help, I'm happy to do that. If there's any problems with the live, we can try to figure this out because we're going to have to try to get to a lot of people as soon as possible. So definitely, that's something that we're definitely going to do for sure. So if you are interested in that, Marie, let me know. All right. All right, so a lot of you guys type in asking about this question, so I'm just gonna. All right, I'm not gonna put my opinion into it. It is a conspiracy theory. However, it does have substance. Best part. There's a likelihood and also an unlikelihood. I'm gonna give you what the cards are saying, but I'm not gonna tell you yes or no. That's something you have to use with your own intuition. Okay. All right. So spirits and angels, tell me, was COVID done by the Chinese or any other government? Is it man-made? Let's see. It's COVID man-made. Okay, so the reason why this has substance, and I will say it has substance, is because COVID was actually found in early 2000. You could research this on yourself if you wanted to. The COVID has been around. There's been strands of it. The start pandemic, there has been cases where COVID has been done. And I feel like this is one of the scenarios where COVID was actually in a lab. I am getting a sense because we do have my Japanese card here. So I'm not saying Japan did this, but it is within the Asian region. We have here, they had a little too much fun with it, and I feel like in some degree they weren't paying attention, and they knocked one of the files over, and people had to quarantine. So that's the story. Now, please keep in mind, it's just for entertainment purposes only. I'm not trying to spill conspiracy theories, but it does feel like that's what's going on. Now, I'm really good with gardening, so if you guys need some help with gardening, I can certainly give you guys advice on how to garden. The best thing to use is always get potatoes, put it in soil, water it, put a little butter and sugar on it. It has all the nutrients the body needs. Okay, it's not something you can live off of, but it's something that you and your family can survive on, getting the essential nutrients that you guys need. So definitely, potatoes should be your number one. I don't know what just happened, but I'm back, so I'm sorry about that. I apologize, guys. I don't know what happened. So does anyone have any more questions? I will be editing most of this video out so that people don't have to hear the whole entire conversation. But guys, if Marie live right now, can someone Chris, I will try to help. Marie, do whatever you gotta do. If you need me to help you, I'm more than happy to help you, okay? I don't want to intrude or anything like that. You know me. I'm more than happy. I love helping people. Partly why I wanted to come on. I was watching your video today. I was like, oh my god, like I had a sudden urge to cancel my event today to do this video because I felt like it was more important and I felt like more of a strong pull to it. So if you need my help, I'm more than happy to help you, Marie. You got my 100 full support. Again, just let me know what you want to do, and I'm happy to help you. If you want to go live together tomorrow, I'm not going to force you to do it. Just let me know if you want to do a pre-recording with questions asked by other people. We could absolutely do that as well. I'm open to everything. I'm not the person that worries about too much. I'm just kind of very relaxed and chill, so I'm able to do whatever you want. Okay, so whatever works for you, Marie. Okay, I'm very patient. All right. All right, you guys are having separate conversations in here, so I apologize. All right, so will they do away with the slaughterhouses? Okay, this is the meat thing. This is about meat. We're gonna do it quickly, then we're gonna do the next couple. All right, so what are they gonna do with slaughterhouses? No. It's too much of a big business. They got a lot of money from this. Something's being stolen, and it's about the people. It's the lives of the animals, and the big corporations make a lot of money off of it. No, I don't see it going away anytime soon. For Maria, you asked, do I see a big earthquake in California? Definitely check out coming soon. That video talked about all natural disasters around the world. So it's all about the tsunamis and stuff like that. Some parts of it, I guess, came true already. So definitely check that video out. It definitely has all your questions and answers there, okay? Good night to everyone who just went to bed, okay? I love you guys. I won't keep you guys up for too long. It is nice, though. All right, do you think a major economic crash could be due to a major natural disaster? So that's exactly what I was concerned about because, Marie Table was talking about on her channel a natural disaster she kept mentioning. And I felt like it was no accident that she kept mentioning it. And there was a reason why I felt like the sudden urge to do the tsunami, the great tsunami, because I kept getting something in my head. And I talked about this earlier in this video that I keep getting this dream. And I had this for years. And I said there's going to be a tsunami that's going to hit New York. And that's where I live. So I'll be killed basically because I'll go underwater because I live on an island. And anyway, the main point is I kept getting the dream and I couldn't sleep last night because I was on a boat, a cruise ship specifically, and the boat kept rocking and kept getting hit with waves, like big ones. And it's not the first time I had it. And I either had dreams about me being on a boat with a tsunami or being surrounded with the boat sinking into the ocean and being surrounded by a megalodon. So there's either one or two. So you either get eaten by a shark or you get swallowed by water. So I mean, there's no good option. But I kept getting it. I'm not really scared of my dreams or anything. That's what I want to say. I do feel like there is a natural disaster coming very soon. I think my dream is warning me. So yeah. All right, let's look. Is a major economic crash due to a major major natural disaster? All right, so first thing up, the economic crash is due to stealing money, so that's right off the bat. What else do we need to know? It is due to a natural disaster. That's going to cause a crash. Okay, we have air coming in, California looking like. Okay. All right, so what else do we need to know? Spirits and Angel tell me. Will an economic crash be caused by a major natural disaster? Okay. All right, so we have 3 cards here. Oh, confusion. All right. Guys, this is California. Guys, it's talking about California here. We have here. People are going to try to fight, but they're not going to be able to fight because it's almost like it's set in stone, like almost like it's predicted that this thing's happening. We do have here again the economy, and it's going to take a big hit. Somebody mentioned this in my video with the the tsunami thing. If you look at this and you look at a style, it looks like California. I didn't notice that before. This could be California coming in. Like California gives the blow to the economy because look at this. If you look at it the way I'm seeing it, this is California, right? The state of California, this is the debt, and here's the economy. It's going towards the economy. It's gonna cause the crash. Something with California could not even be a natural disaster, but it could be the likes, almost like a death. There's confusion here. Confusion with where to go, how to get out, like almost how to escape. It feels like a lot of people are trying to escape, but they can't get out. And a lot of people around the country are going to be very grateful and thankful. It almost feels like a lot of these people like sitting today would be like, we could have been killed today. Like, that's what it is. It almost feels like people are going to sitting down and be like, thank God it wasn't us. That's the kind of attitude that I'm getting from this. And we have here, again, it's the hot climate. It is a climate change, global warming. We have here, these people are not going to be able to fight their way out. It feels like, yeah, they're not going to be able to escape. Yeah, it's coming soon. Yes. It's coming soon. The double card reverse. Yeah, it's gonna wake up. So I almost feel like it's gonna be an awakening in terms of the earth. The earth is gonna wake something up that was asleep. It could be the tectonic plate, or sometimes asleep, and that could wake up the biggest earthquake. Remember, the last time California experienced a big earthquake, I think, was in the 1800s, and so it's due for one for a long time. So it would not be surprising if this happened. All right, so okay. No, it means the market gets flooded with meat product and fresh meat will quickly become super expensive. Okay, that makes sense. I'm not sure 100% everything. Slaughterhouses were shut down and farmers cannot afford to raise herds and flock. I think it's gonna be majority meat. Like people either be eating meat or not eating meat. So it could be either one. But I do feel like it's not gonna shut down. At least not in the short term future, but maybe long term for sure. Let's talk about Joyce Floyd. Will Chauvin be proven guilty over the death of Joyce Floyd? All right, let's just take a look at that. Okay, so will Chauvin be proven guilty over the death of Joyce Floyd? We have here the court is too corrupted. The jury is corrupt. No, he won't. No. I feel like it's a no. Like, it's just the jury is too corrupt. Now, please keep in mind, this is just for entertainment purposes only. If you guys need help with telling you guys how to plant seeds, I can certainly do that. And just so you guys know, those who are with me, I do have your angel reading, so I will give you your angelic reading. Will Biden stop the tariff that's raising prices of everything? All right, so yes, I'm also getting a feeling like you're hinting at gas, so we're going to do gas as well. Gas is not caused by Biden; it's caused by Trump. Trump is the one who's doing this. Just Trump tax returns in 2017 caused the uprising of everyone paying taxes. That's why he said Biden was going to tax you, because he knew Trump knew he was going to lose. So it was almost like a punishment to the people. So yes, it was all by Trump. All right, so let's take a look. Will Biden stop a tariff that is raising the price of everything in the United States? Will the tariff be removed? No. Like, it's not even like without question. Like, he's not even questioning it right now. It's not even one of his top concerns. We have here again, we have this is not one of his top 8 concerns, right? We also have here as well as he's in the future. So maybe in the future he's going to consider it, but right now it's not his concern. Like, he's not concerned about it. Does the shaman Renaissance show does shaman Renaissance show tsunami possibility? I could take a look. I don't know anything about that, so we can take a look. You're welcome, guys. I love you guys. All right, so Spirit saying it's Tommy. Oh, okay. We already had cards already. All right. Does shaman Renaissance show a tsunami a possibility? I don't know what that is, but okay. You're welcome, guys. All right, so we have here, it's without doubt, like without question. Like, he's not even questioning the statistic of this particular person. Love you guys. We do have here, it's not questioning the statistic. I'm not sure who this person is, or if it's like a database or something. If it's a database, they're not questioning it. It feels like the results are already set in stone. They know it's going to happen. They know it's going to be a big earthquake. Like, it's going to shake a lot of people, and this is a lot of funerals. Like, a lot of people are going to be injured and hurt. It's all about the person in charge. They have the information, but they're not expecting. Like, they don't expect it to happen. When it does, it almost feels like it stopped working. Like, the machine stopped working, or it doesn't detect it because it might be too large of a detection for the machine to detect it. So if it's a machine that this person's using, or this is a machine itself, it shows that it can't detect it. It's like an earth heartbeat. Oh, that sounds like exactly. It feels like it can't detect. It can't detect it. Like, it's gonna know, but then it stops. Like, everyone thinks it's easy and it's okay, but it's like it stopped detecting. It can't detect it. That's what I got from it. I didn't know that. Okay. Oops, that's not good. If you're in California or anywhere, we're all gonna be screwed. All of us. Now, send it love and light, because that's what we need, right? We need love and light. I'm not trying to fearmonger you guys. All right, I think we have enough questions for today, so let's talk about your angel reading. So let's do your angel reading. Let's see what you guys have to say for you. My angel guys have to say for you. Also, your angel guys. Interesting. All right, so we have here. We're gonna go live again, so don't worry, guys. We have here the cups. A lot of you guys are starting to remember your childhood. Or something like you're dreaming of your childhood, whatever it is. Some of you guys are Scorpio as well. This is both men and female. I feel like a lot of you guys are thinking about time of travel when you were younger with family, and you know how young things used to be, how different everything is now. We have here, this is you with your partner, or you with yourself as well, you and your guys as well. Try to stay balanced. Both of you guys need to be balanced because that's what makes the perfect union. Oh, let me remove that. Okay. Guys, like this video if you like it. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below. We have here the two stories as well. We have people fighting. This is like internal fighting. I feel like you don't know what to do or what to go or where to go. I feel like there's something stopping you, like something like you don't know, like almost like you can't see. But this could be spiritually as well. We do have, again, a lot of you guys are unbalanced. So you need to balance and meditate, specifically in your lower chakras, so your root chakra, your sacral, and your solar plexus. Definitely work on that as well. Again, you can see that here at the Queen of Wands. You know, a lot of you guys may have a cat or like an animal passed away. And so what they're just telling me is that it's okay to talk to them. It's okay to call them in because they're your spirit guides in the spirit realm. So your animals, your pets who pass over into the next life, they're your guides. So they want you to kind of allow them to be in. And then we have here for some of you guys as well, this is the King of Cups. Like it's almost like a warning. Like for some of you guys, you live in a location where you're going to be surrounded by water. But you're going to be okay. Because you are spiritually destined to be here. So if you're spiritually destined to be here, you will be here. Whether or not you'll be here in the spiritual realm or you'll be here within physically as well. I do see like a lot of you guys are undergoing this big change as well. So that is what my angels want you guys to know. So let me know if that resonates. I had a pretty intense dream from when I was a child when this episode of Vertigo started, same time as Linda G. I'm a Virgo though. Interesting, Audrey. Interesting. Well, if you guys know someone who does dream analysis, I'd love to talk to them because, you know, I can like go live with them and you guys can know about my dreams and stuff like that. And maybe you guys might have similar things as well. So if you're interested in that. All right. I'm going to end the reading off here. You know, just know this is just for entertainment purposes only. I love you guys. Have a beautiful and wonderful night. I love you. And I wish you guys nothing but the best. Keep in mind that I'm going to be posting tomorrow. Potentially, I might be going live with Marie. I'm not sure. She didn't give me a definitive answer, so I'm going to email her after this. But definitely stay tuned. I'll keep you guys updated. If you're on my Facebook page, Facebook is no longer allowing you guys to be notified. So now I have to find a different application, social media application, so I can update you guys and notify you when I do post and go live and stuff like that. So thank you all. I love you and have a wonderful night. Now, please keep in mind that I'm never ever trying to fearmonger you. I love you guys, and that's never my intention. My intention is just to warn you and send things that are negative, good and positive light. And by doing so, we decrease the likelihood of it happening. So I love you all. And thank you, all of you guys who came tonight. It was a successful show. And I couldn't have done it without you. So I really appreciate it. Also, keep in mind that I'm also coming out with a video very soon. I'm trying right now to figure out what's the best way to show you guys my appreciation for you guys and how much I love you. And so definitely expect the video. There's going to be a subscriber appreciation video for you guys, specifically designed for you. I might give you the opportunity if you guys are, of course, interested. I know a lot of you guys don't really watch my my singing bowl, but I think it'll be a really good thing for you where I'm able to allow you to go back into your childhood and relive your best memory and to be able to talk to the people that you have sadly passed away and those people who have affected your life in such a positive way. And so that maybe you can learn a few things on the spiritual realm and things that they may want to say to you and things that you may want to ask them. So if you are interested in that, I would love to and be honored to show you guys, my true appreciation. I love you guys. And you guys have been so amazing and amazing supporters. And I want to make sure that you're able to relive great memories because you really deserve it. I love you guys and have a wonderful night. Bye.